Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got Gary Goldman Gensler. You're not going to like it, and I don't either, but we got that. But I'll tell you what you will like is we got Congress passing another bill through the Financial Services Committee, and they say that it will cause crypto to explode. We got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, the cryptocurrency market cap is $1.23 trillion. The market is off by 0.7% in the last 24 hours. Good morning, everybody. Bitcoin, 29,100 plus. Ethereum, 1,800 plus right now. Tether market cap is 83.7 billion plus. Watching it closely. 70 cents, almost 71 cents for XRP right now. Off by 0.9% in the last 24 and off by 7.7 on the 7-day. But we are up from the number 6 spot since the judgment and the ruling in from the SEC versus Ripple to the number 4 spot. Let's get started right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's I Trust Capital. It's on here. It's on link to. I mean, I don't know what you're waiting for. Let me tell you something. The best crypto IRA company on the planet in the digital asset space, in a down suppressed market, just went on to link 2. Yeah, that just happened. And you know what? It's not going to last long, and it's going to be gone. And don't say that I didn't tell you, because I'm telling you, you know how these things move on link 2. Yes, you have to be accredited, but I can tell you right now, this is something that I am eyeing up very, very seriously for myself, as well as many other things, not financial advice. But try to leave me some if you could. This happened to me on Circle, too. I wanted Circle on there, and then it was sold out, and this is going to happen. If you guys beat me to it, I don't blame you. Link underneath the video, link2.com. Right here, we see there's a new link that is allegedly revealed that Grand Theft Auto 6, the game, will have support for cryptocurrencies. I'm going to let you in on a little known fact here. I've never played Grand Theft Auto 6 or 1 or any of them, because I don't play video games. I'm 52 years old, and you know what I play? I play a game called life, right? How rich can you get, and how many people can you help while you're doing it? How about that for a game? That's the game I'm playing. But God bless them for bringing crypto into it if it's true. And here we have Gary Gensler, and as Digital Asset Investor says, words mean things. Shout out to Anders for this. Listen to what he says. Even though securities laws apply to many of these tokens, as before, Gary Gensler used to say, all cryptos are securities except Bitcoin. Listen to this quick clip.
A different topic, which has gotten a lot of attention lately, crypto. Specifically, a ruling that was made in the Ripple case that XRP is only a security when sold to institutional investors, not so with retail investors. I know you've previously said you were disappointed by that ruling. The SEC has also said that it intends to seek further review. So does that mean you are going to appeal it? Can you elaborate on your thoughts around that ruling?
Can we just stop for a second? I mean, listen, I know we don't want to hear him talk anyway, but the reality is I just need to stop and take that moment in where the reporter's running it right up his flagpole about how they lost, right? XRP is not a security as a matter of law. Now listen to this gibberish.
Great question, but the commission, I'm one of 5 commissioners. The commission has not acted on that, and if the staff makes a recommendation, we'll have a discussion of it, and we'll take it up then. But I don't really have anything more for you for that.
In the meantime, as we wait for this, what does it mean for your efforts around crypto, for your efforts to try to protect the consumer in these areas? Does it complicate it?
All of a sudden, the question he doesn't want, he's fooling with the earpiece like, I can't hear. I don't know really what's coming in here. Very uncomfortable, Gary Goldman Gensler.
Look, this field of crypto investing, a lot of investors should be aware It's not only a highly speculative asset class, it's also one that they currently should not assume that they're getting the protections of the securities laws, even though the securities laws apply to many of those tokens, without prejudging any one.
And there's the many of those tokens where before you say all cryptos are securities except for Bitcoin, right? You know, listen, we know that there's front running, wash trading and all those things. And I do want to see that stopped. And I don't want to see commingled funds on exchanges. I do want to see accountability there. Just like we didn't see accountability for FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, who absolutely was running a illegitimate company and got a special purpose broker dealer's license. The coveted license that they all want was given to the second largest Democrat donor by this guy right here, who's so intent on helping everyone in the space that he didn't even do the due diligence. So he's either incompetent or he's collusive and colluding in what he's done, right? Where's the accountability in Congress? Meanwhile, and I'm not going to play this whole clip, but you're going to want a part of it here because it's smack dab where we want to be. CBDCs, I don't know about your house, but they scare the hell out of me. Now, we got some good news for you, and you're going to want it. But it starts with this clip right here, and it's only half of it, I think, a little less than half of it. But I want to play this for you. Mr. Rose talking in this hearing here on the Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act, HR 4766. I said stablecoin bill could get passed by the end of this year, according to Mr. McHenry here. Let's keep an eye on what goes on because this could be massive. Wait till you hear what another congressperson says here.
With the rampant deterioration of cash, the concept of a true peer-to-peer transaction is becoming extinct. This legislation would ensure that that would not be the case.
Good.
Even if someone doesn't own any digital assets or isn't a strong proponent of them, the conceptual idea of self-custody should still resonate. It wouldn't make sense to say that Americans are only free to transact on an intermediated basis and cannot transact on their own behalf. This should be an easy concept to support. However, we are seeing coalitions rally around the exact opposite concept. Specifically, a number of central banks have entertained or even embraced central bank digital currencies. Let's be clear, CBDCs go directly against the idea of a disintermediated financial system. While there are certainly roles for intermediaries in our financial system, they have become de facto information collectors on behalf of the federal government. At what point should we feel that our financial system has overstepped its boundaries? I believe it already has. As for illicit activity, I would make a note that Chainalysis, a digital asset compliance and investigation software company, issued its annual report earlier this year that examines illicit activity in this space. In their report, they state, quote, illicit activity in cryptocurrency remains a small share of overall volume at less than 1%, close.
At less than 1%. At less than 1%. And this guy's painting the picture that it's the entire space itself. You see the difference? By the way, you can get Chainalysis on link 2 also. How about that? Yeah, it's only the best products on that platform. Do we not know this now? Of course we do. Go buy it before I do. Commodity-backed stablecoins. Listen, this isn't just about a stablecoin as we know it. This is also about backing things like gold as a stablecoin. Take a listen here.
That in the market today, there are commodity-backed stablecoins. So in the absence of regulation by the federal government, the New York Department of Financial Services, for example, has recognized commodity-backed stablecoins. And commodity-backed stablecoins, to be clear, are a little different than what we think of as dollar-denominated stablecoins. So if you had a commodity-backed stablecoin backed by gold, it's stable because the value of it represents 1 ounce of gold. In the case of New York Department of Financial Services, they regulate a commodity-backed stablecoin backed by gold, and they have the entity offering it has physical custody of gold that is audited in conformance with the process laid out by this bill. And so I hope that we...
And they also go on to say that they are willing to consider in a bipartisan conversation the possibility of a new regulatory regime to make sure that these commodity-backed stablecoins are truly backed. I don't have a problem with that. I can tell you that. I know it's one more government layer of regulatory oversight, but you know what? Hey, I'd rather have the oversight, to be honest. Let's get this right. And meanwhile, that Stablecoin Act passes the Financial Services Committee with bipartisan support. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an important part. After 15 months of bipartisan collaboration, this landmark legislation is one step closer to becoming law. And I like our chances here. It may not be all of the bills that were marked up, but I tell you, this one would be key to get through here. Moving through, this is Jeremy Allaire from USDC and Circle. He says here, moving the Stablecoin Act out of committee with a bipartisan vote is a huge step forward, and it really is. While there are a few key issues that remain before this can become law, a robust public process in Congress is well underway, and the White House will eventually get there. This right here from Chris Giancarlo, and this always makes me feel better because I tell you, I don't know if anybody's got a better handle on what's going on with the need for regulation and legislation than this guy right here. Shout out to Chris. Congrats to everyone involved here, he says. Bipartisan passage of the Financial Innovation and Tech for 21st Century Act. Now, this is the FIT Act, not the Stablecoin Act here. He's just congratulating everybody, and he said this, which I thought was key. Pleased that the lab CFTC codified in law as originally created. So we understand there's been no modifications to this at this point. That is the Financial Innovation and Technology for 21st Century Act. This reminds me a lot of the Telecommunications Act that helped birth the internet in the early days. This could turn out to be that big of a legislation. Meanwhile, let's hear right here, and this lady right here, representative, is going to explain to you exactly what's going to happen if they get that stablecoin bill passed. And this is why I'm so excited about a stablecoin bill as well. Take a listen.
And if the advocates for this bill are correct, and we can expect innovation in the digital asset and cryptocurrency space to explode if this bill passes and brings the regulatory certainty that they're asking for.
That's right. And I believe it too, because it's the on and off ramp. And if we do get that regulatory certainty and that clarity for stablecoin bill, you're going to see trillions of dollars move into this space very, very quickly. I really do believe that. And I couldn't be more excited to watch it happen. Meanwhile, can anyone think of a project that is being worked on in the relationship of sound digital money like stable coins? Let me think here. I'm going to take Republic of Palau for 500, Alex. That's what I'm going to. What is the Republic of Palau? You got it right here. Take a listen. Shout out to Darren Moore for this clip.
The Fed or Treasury have a say in what's going on?
Does the Fed or Treasury have a say in what's going on in the Republic of Palau's stable coin? The U.S. Federal Treasury? Of course it does, because that stable coin is built off of the U.S. dollar, and that stable coin is a government-backed stable coin by Palau, not like any other one, ladies and gentlemen. Take a listen.
Yes, of course. We're subject to the FAFTA, and there's annual, or I think every 2 years, our Financial Institutions Commission has to file different reports and things of that nature. Of course, there's two local banks, or two U.S. banks that have branches.
The Fed or Treasury.
And there you have it. So there's a deep connection all through that, and I like it. And it just happens to be going on in Palau right now while they're finding their footing in Congress here in the United States. I'm sure it's a coincidence. I'm sure it is. XRP macro view from Eggrag Crypto right here. Each chart tells a story. XRP has been battling the fib 1.618 since January 2018. How about that one? Let's take a look at what he's talking about here. Here's where we are. The 1.618 right here, battling. That's your range, right? And then here we are. You see go up, pull back here. But here is the next 1.618 up here, target. And look at where that is. Right around 27 bucks, it looks like to me. And we don't know when we get there. But, you know, these charts and these analysts, they all keep seeing things that rhyme, whether they're using Elliott wave, Fibonacci, or some other Ochimoku cloud, or whatever the hell it's called. You know, I don't do this stuff. They do. And I couldn't be more grateful for it. But I tell you, look, I know we all want to see price jump off yesterday. But more than anything, what I want to see is real use and application of this asset in real businesses and financial institutions, because that's what it was built for. Price will take care of itself. That's where I'm at on this day. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.